Okay, it's time probably to adjust the camera, but it's not going to happen. We're going to do the set, so I've got lots of Lego that I've got to get out of the way because I have these other sets that I want to do. But I want to do this set, so let's get into it. Should have prepared something to cut these things with, but oh well. We'll use this thing, which isn't very good for this. Oh, I give up. Yeah, anyway, I got this because it looked kind of cute. So this was from the Lego store in Auckland. So I haven't seen this in normal shops. So I guess this is like a specialist thing. But look at them, they're quite cute. They've got stickers on there, which I thought was a bit disappointing. And it's not too complicated. But it has got the little string things. So that should be fun. So the spider looks good. So I assume, actually I think they're all kind of mixed up. They're just basically all over the show. So I think I'll have to open up every single bag. Here we go. I did not sleep very well last night, so I'm actually kind of tired. So it's a bit annoying. I don't normally have problems sleeping, but I was a bit worried about something yesterday. And I woke up and I was sort of like, oh, I'm going to have to do this and I'm going to have to do that. So that was a bit stressful, but I think it's actually because I've been drinking, what's it called again? Powerade. That's right, Powerade, Gatorade stuff. And every time I do that, since I've started drinking them, I haven't been able to get to sleep. So, well, I get to sleep fine, but then I wake up in the middle of the night, and then I can't get back to sleep. So I just have to get up early in the morning, which I didn't want to do. So I had it like the drink last night, so I'm thinking that's probably the cause. So I'm not going to have those again for a while and see how that works out, because it has pretty much every day that I don't drink that, I have no problem sleeping, and the days that I do have problems sleeping. So that's a pretty good indication. You never know though. And so here we go. Other than that, everything's been fine. Fine. Well, fine for me, not good fine for everybody in the world. So next, we've got this. Yeah, I got this one the last time I went to the pick a brick thing, which was ages ago. So it's been sitting around staring at me, wanting to be done. I like the fact that the spider has a lot of colourful bits on the inside. It's a very colourful spider on the inside. Not so colourful on the outside, which is good. Did I see a spider? I saw a jumping spider. Yesterday it jumped much more than I normally expect them to jump. There was quite a jumpy spider. And this morning I found a praying mantis in my living room. I don't know how they got there, but I helped them out nicely, and all very gently. They climbed onto my hand, and then I carried them to the front door, and then I put them next to a leaf, and then they just sort of walked off the leaf onto the leaf. So that was good. We're looking for some teeth. We've got 2 teeth here, single teeth, and a colour that you don't often get teeth in. So that's silver. They're silver. They're not grey. They're silver. This spider has silver teeth. Claws, fangs. When I was a kid, I tried to make I did actually make a game, a little computer game called Fang, which was about a little bat that flew along. It didn't really get very far in those. Back then, I don't know if I've still got any of the code hidden away. If I do, it will be on floppy disk on my list of things to, pardon me, salvage before they succumb to rot over these years. I think they probably have by now, but I can still find out one day. It's hard to get the disks, the drives, to read them, you see. But it's a project that I want to do. Actually, the very old floppy disks, well, not the super old ones, but the 5 1/4 inch ones are actually easier to work with when they get older, because you can clean them easier, I've found, than you can clean the more modern ones. And by more modern ones, I mean the ones that are still very, very old. And most people who watch this video will probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But there you go. So there and there. So again, very colourful. Like, I honestly have to say, this is the most colourful set I've ever done. This is the most colourful black, almost entirely black set I've ever done. So those eyes are pretty cute. They should have those in the pick-a-brick box. So what have I done? Oh, we've got to have... Why does it not line up? I've done something wrong. I've missed a piece. I definitely have missed a piece. Like, I completely did that without paying attention. So I am desperately realizing now that I should have had a drink of water available. Oh my gosh. It's because, you know, when you don't talk for a long time, because I haven't talked at all today, because it's still the morning, and I haven't gone anywhere, and I haven't talked to anybody, that you forget, well, me, that you're going to get a scratchy voice if you try to suddenly start talking, which is what has happened now. Speaking of the eyes have appeared, and here they are, and I don't think I'm going to get them lined up. Oh yeah, that's not too bad. And where's the other eye? There it is. I would be annoyed. I'm going to do it like that. Okay, if there was an eye missing. That looks super cool. Look at that. So, now we have to add a bit less colour. So, it's actually a bit hard to see because of the lights. For me, anyhow. So that one goes there. And well, this is going to get bad. Maybe I could do a two-parter. I'll just do the spider. Maybe I should do that because I'm having a real problem uploading things to the internet. You see, because my internet connection's just got slower over the years. Because they're trying to get me to get onto fibre like everybody else has and stop using old school copper ADSL. But that's just so much more bother for me, and it's like, well, I don't really need the extra speed. And I have a phone connection on the upstairs, and I don't, and if I got like the fibre, they're going to have to put a hole in the bottom of the downstairs. And it's all just so much more complicated, and it's like, oh, I don't know. But they'll get me in the end. Alright, so now we're going to do this part. This is actually a lot more involved than I thought it was going to be. I thought this is a very small set. It wasn't too expensive. Like, it was in the cheap price range, but it was actually slightly more expensive than this other set which I've just got recently, which is the new series of cheap Technic. So in the new series of Technic sets, there's always like a cheap one. Well, I got the cheap one. I think there's usually like two cheap ones, so I don't know why there's only one cheap one. So, no, hold on, we've got to put... But anyway, it was definitely cheap. Like, you know, it was pretty good value. I haven't done it yet, of course, because it would be on this channel. But it looks like it's a pretty good value set. It might just have been a mistake that they were actually meant to be. So this was $16 New Zealand, and the Technic set was $13 New Zealand. And the only sets cheaper than that are like the little stunt car things, and perhaps some tiny friends sets. I can't even say the word. And perhaps, you know, like some dots thing or something. But so that was good value. It's the same price as the other smaller sets, I guess. But some of those are $16. It just depends on what shop you go to. I've got the funny feeling I'm going to be doing this twice. I am going to be doing this twice. These are the legs, and we've only done 4 of them. So that's one. And we have to do it twice, and exactly the same. Because there's the 2 times symbol. It's just snuck up upon me like that. Oh gosh. I am very sleepy this morning. But that's right, you just got to get through the day and then go to sleep early, But the problem if I go to sleep, this happened last week, I went to sleep early, and miracles of miracles, I actually had a 9 hours sleep. And I was like, oh, good. Because, sometimes when I feel really tired, I just don't go to sleep any earlier than I normally would, even if I just sit there. Because my body is just like, no, you go to sleep at this time every night, and you always do this, and that's what you're going to do today, whether you like it or not. But that time I did go to sleep early, and then I woke up a bit later than usual. So hopefully I can pull that little trick off tonight. But other than that, it should be fine. So it's not a stressful day. Not a stressful day at all. Alright, and now we've just got to put these little things on again. And I think we're probably quite close to finishing this spider. These don't actually go in I think you really have to push them in. The little fang things. And this thing falls apart very easily in your hands. So it will be good to get it on too. Sorry, I have a little blood blister on my thumb. That's from doing the gardening. And considering that I normally end up cutting myself to bits when I do the gardening, I think that's a reasonably good injury to have. The problem is that I usually can't find my gardening gloves. So I just use my bike gloves. But bike gloves don't have fingers. My ones don't. So that's I think it was from using a saw or something friction related. Oh no, that's right. It was the silly secateurs. They always sometimes. Well, they don't always, but I often manage to clamp my fingers in the thing. It's a weird. I was a bit annoyed because I paid extra money for these secateurs because they were the best ones, and then the little clip broke straight away. But other than that, they've been pretty good, except for the fact that I get my fingers jammed in them sometimes. So that's how the legs go. So they're kind of interesting because those ones go out like that. So, and then we've got to put the rope through, but I don't think I'll do that right now. I feel like there should be something at the back, and I've forgotten the back entirely. I have in fact forgotten the back entirely. So what page was the back on? Because you'd think, oh, here it is. That's not very hard. It's just that. I wondered when these were going to come into play. But it says I need to have another one. And I don't know. There it is. So spider is complete. They're quite cute. I think they're good as a decoration because they don't really work on the ground because of the way they're made. But these things fall off, and I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like they ought to stay on a lot better than they are. Well, I've put it on upside down. Oh no, no. Now I've stuck it on really well. Oh, there we go. Alright. Okay, that's better. Now, let's build a little castle. Now we've done all that. Done that. I was a bit worried that the camera is going to run out of storage. That's the word. Hey, it's some grey ones of these, just like that big bag that I have of the fake ones. Which I still have lots left, even though I've given away half of them. But they're not quite the same grey as this one. I'm wondering if they're the same grey as the one that's in the Queer Eye for the thing. I never watched the show. One where they have lots of light grey pieces in the back. I can't imagine. I have to agree. People are being why would you get this set? It seems kind of boring. But I guess if you're a big fan of the show, but it just seems like it's not a very. I mean, I guess they've got outfits and stuff. But it just seems like there's a lot of grey, and it just looks like a pretty boring apartment. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I never buy any of those sets, so I can't really make any comment. I have thought about buying the Friends one or the Seinfeld one, even though I hate Seinfeld, to be honest. But it's iconic enough that you kind of feel like, oh, that would be kind of interesting. And the Friends one, the Central Perks one wasn't too expensive. But the rooms, the apartment ones, that was more interesting. So I don't know. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. Because the only idea set I've ever actually got is the Doctor Who one, and I've never ever done it. It's still sitting in the cupboard, just waiting to be done one day. I don't think that has any brick pieces in it. So, what have we got next? But I've been watching terribly little TV at all. Like, I just don't feel enthusiastic. I've just been watching Star Trek Voyager still, slowly getting through every single episode ever. Some of them aren't so great. Some of them are pretty good. Like, that's probably my favorite Star Trek series. But I do feel like I've mentioned this. I feel like there's a couple of problems. The number one problem I feel with Star Trek, or the original series, like Star Trek Voyager, and Next Generation, and I guess Deep Space Nine, which I've never been excited about, is well, one thing is the whole, well, not with the original series, but since the new Next Generation. This is a very, very long-winded way of saying things. Is the holodeck. The holodeck is just drives me crazy. Like, the whole hologram stuff. It's just, and so ridiculously inconsistent. It's like, I'm pretty sure that aliens they got it from aliens or something, like an alien technology originally. But obviously they understand it, and it's just like so vastly superior. Like, just to imagine that the computational power in order to provide this hologram, even if they're photonic particles or whatever they call it. But the fact that they just like, the whole thing with the Voyager, I'm just going to go off on a tangent here, is they're always going, like, the Doctor has this sort of like this story, this arc going through the series, where he's coming, where not only is he coming to see himself as a sentient being, individual, but also the crew. And it's just like, why on earth do they not see this in the, like, the whole thing just doesn't make any sense. And there's like one episode where they have like these aliens take over the ship, and they're using it like to do weird war game things. And there's like a World War II simulation and a Klingon simulation. And they're expanding out the holodeck into the corridors to make more space, and the whole ship's been taken over. And it's just like, so at one point they actually end up using, what have I done? I've done this wrong, haven't I? They end up using, oh no. They end up using holodeck characters to protect, like, as soldiers. Basically, they're going around with these holodeck characters who can do real damage to people throughout the ship. And it's like, well, why don't they just do that in the first place? Why do they not just have holo emitter camera projector things all around the ship? Like, they do mention that they do have in more modern ones, when the Doctor meets another medical emergency hologram from another ship. It turns out that he can walk around the whole ship because they have holo projectors everywhere in the ship. And the point is, well, why don't you just do that? And then if there's an alien invasion, just broke something. If there's an alien invasion, then you can just fill up the whole ship with enemy, with people to fight for you in whatever way you want. So why have it security at all when you could just use the holo projectors to just fill up the ship? It's that kind of thing, that just annoys me. When the characters are clearly sentient and worthy of respect. Yeah, again and again and again, the characters just, the human characters, or the biological characters, just don't seem to accept the sentience of these characters. And it just feels like, also, seriously, if you lived in a world where you had like a thing where you could make up the world whatever way you wanted, you would spend all your time in the holodeck. It just seems like it's such. I know that, like, Murdoch from the A-Team is the only, he gets like a holo addiction. It feels like it would be a lot more than just him getting this problem. It's a terrible technology that's just going to lead you all to ruin. And there's one other thing that annoys me about it too, but I can't remember. I just forgot. It will come back to me. There's a lot of things about it that. Oh yeah, the other thing is just how it just annoys me how, they always spent hours programming up this holo program. It's like, you didn't do anything. You just said to the computer, add this character and do this. It's like, there's no work involved in this. You could just describe the whole thing back to the computer, and they'd rebuild everything, and they could just, like, they're not doing any real work. They're not programming anything up. It's all the computer. The computer is vastly superior to them in every single way. but they still go on acting like humans are special. But hey, that's just life. Other than that, I still enjoy it. It's a fun show. Alright, so we've almost got here. I feel like maybe I should put the stickers on. Nah, these look like very hard and tricky stickers to put on. You'd have to do that soapy water trick to get it so you can move it around before. Is it soapy water? It's some kind of liquid that they suggest you use. So, are we almost done? I haven't put these on. These go here, and that one goes here. I feel like oh, here it is. And then that one would go there. So, I guess I do have a bit of time. It doesn't look anywhere as exciting. Alright, we'll do, I've got tons of these greetings. We'll break my normal rules, because it's Christmas and all, obviously. Because I've got Halloween decorations. And we're going to see how easy it is to put these stickers on. Like a pro. Well, that one kind of worked out. Probably should have put them on before you built it. But this is the way that I'm going to do it. Because... Oh, no, that was off. Now, look at that one. So, do we need to put them all on? Yeah, I guess we do. So, people are going to think, am I sick? Have I got COVID? Why would I be doing this? I definitely do hope, I'm pretty confident that I got COVID a while back. And so I've got it out of the way. And I think the thing that's giving it away is I got heartburn. And I never get heartburn. It's like, what? No one gets that. I was a bit confused by the whole thing. And then I was like reading people and they were like, oh, I got sick and all this and how bad it was. And then they mentioned, oh, I got heartburn. I'm like, this is an odd little symptom. And I'm like, hey, that's the thing that I need. So hopefully I got away with a very mild case. So mild I barely made any difference to my life. Which is exactly what I was dreading, because I'm the kind of person to not really get very sick, and so I'm the kind of person who spreads things. I'm like the spreader. That's me, because I just go off and continue doing everything else. Because I just can't sit around at home. I did avoid, of course, visiting vulnerable people in my life, because I'm not ridiculously stupid. So we have to put these ones. I don't know where these go. I assume they can't go there because they're not in the picture. Where do these stickers go? Oh, they go down here, right? Okay. Oh, it goes the other way around. Just move it closer to the camera. You can see what I'm doing. This is very exciting to get the sticker on. Oh no, it's off center. Oh, no wonder no one does this. Like, no wonder I do. Look at that. Does that not make you feel like it's okay that this is slightly off center, because it's only very slightly, because as a percentage it's very slightly off. But that one, okay, can we do a better job with this one? Definitely needed the soapy water. Did I put it on the right way? I did. So I'm going to do it upside this way first. Oh my gosh. Oh no, we didn't do that. No, that's not a thing that ever happened. Oh. Whoa. That's bad. Okay. I'm going to have to redo this one. Okay, I'm not very good at doing the small ones. Oh no, I'm going to ruin the sticker too. Oh no, I'm not. Okay. Oh, this is so suspenseful. Okay, this is the only time I'll ever do this. Well, that's good enough. That's good enough for me. It's not straight, but that's the only one I think that isn't actually straight. It's very that one's at least straight, I think, and that one's straight.